All right, gang, here's the scoop. I'm going to give you the long and skinny of it. I don't even know what that saying is, but I got some wings in the air fryer, only got 4.5 minutes left, and I don't want to include that ding on this message. So, basically, where to begin? I've been doing some thinking and writing and pondering on some kind of more long form slobcore piece that kind of goes into how slobcore came to be and why I'm doing this, and just kind of a nice, cool reflection upon the journey and the growth that has led here. And so in doing so, I've been just doing some journaling, some writing. Okay, here's the backstory. I'm a little bit sickish. I called out yesterday. It was COVID negative, but just generally weak and congested and not feeling super great. And so today I was Dayquil at work, but it was near the end of the day, around like 5 or 6. Usually, in my anxiety tends to peak, so I got that going for me. And then in doing this, I think it's really cool and it's helpful to look back. But I ended up really thinking and sitting with and remembering times from a really painful point in my life. And, I just kind of was doing a lot of thinking, and it's one of those points that you tend to look away from and not want to think about, because even though I generally would say I'm over that period of my life and I've made had some good healing and I have a pretty good perspective on it. Sometimes the residual or residue of hard times can still linger, and even just in my thoughts and recollections, basically what happened is I was thinking about and reflecting upon a lot of guilt and pain that I had, and I kind of touched the third wire, third rail, and then there were just some other environmental factors. I'm at work late. I feeling a little bit sick. My anxiety has just been generally higher lately, and I had a panic attack. And it's interesting because it's hard for me to even know like what qualifies as a panic attack or not. Like I notice my anxiety moves up and down throughout the day, and it's just something I'm kind of constantly playing tennis with. And I'm very grateful. Like I do not have panic attacks that often anymore. Once I unlocked it, it seemed like it was just a thing that was going to happen constantly. But I've had a lot of good progress and growth. But I Icarused it a little bit, flew too close to the sun, and was thinking about some painful stuff. So left work. I do what I do because when I have a panic attack, I just feel like an intense sense of dread and doom, and just like I'm about to have a heart attack and keel over is what it feels like, and everything in my life is going to go wrong. And those are the racing thoughts, and those are where my mind goes to. But I'm able, at this point, I'm better able to just really pause for a bit and know that, oh, this is a thing that happens before and has happened before, and you're just at the beginning of it. And so I have different strategies. And so today that included I left work. I didn't have my blood pressure monitor because that's actually very helpful for me. I keep it in my Timbuktu because if I'm having a panic attack, I can double check and know my blood pressure might be a little elevated, but it's not like 200 over 150 where I'm having a heart attack. So that gives me a lot of peace of mind, but it was still at home, so I was a little bummed about that. So just feeling a little bit like high anxiety. But you know what? I went over to some wetlands near me, found some nutrias. I ended up just taking pictures of these two nutrias swimming around, and it didn't like instantly cure it or whatever, but like my art is definitely associated with my mental health. And it was just like a fun little get out in the heat. Like, okay, I'm standing in the 93-degree heat. Like if I was having a heart attack, I would be not feeling good right now. So I was able to separate the mental and body discomfort, and I'm already feeling pretty better. So I'd just like to share that because I'm someone who can get emotionally dysregulated sometimes, and it feels pretty bad and scary, and it's definitely not a great thing. I'm going to keep taking care of myself and do what I need the rest of the night. But I figured it's getting emotionally dysregulated like this. It's something that happens way more than we all talk about and than we all know. And like even I like to sometimes just keep it to myself if I made it through it. Like I don't want to look back at that. I don't want to like maybe address some of the underlying things, but that can lead to just things intensifying. And yeah, I don't want to be avoidant like that with my emotions. And that's one of the things that's been helpful in the last couple of years, as well as just like making stuff and sharing and even recording this. Like even if I decide not to post it, I think it still has been helpful for me. And who knows? But, you know, we live in an anxious time, and I think a lot of other people out there can relate to what I'm saying. So if you can, I love you, and I hope you enjoyed this.